Hello there, KOL Innovators. Miss Ray-Budman here, welcoming you to Semester B. Congratulations, we are halfway through the school year, just pretty amazing. Well done, nice job on Semester A. And so today we're starting Semester B. There are a few changes to the second semester, so I wanted to touch base with you, make sure everybody is ready and knows what they're doing. There are a few things I want to show you. The first of which is Odysseyware. That's not anything new. If you were here for Semester A, you know your way around Odysseyware now, and you will continue to use Odysseyware as your primary source of readings. So that part of Semester B is not changing. We are still using Odysseyware for the lesson readings where you read and answer the questions. It's kind of like our textbook. Like in Semester A, you want to make sure you keep up with those and you want to make sure you take your time. You get 3 chances to do well on your lesson questions. So you want to make sure that you're using each of those attempts. And so you'll continue to use Odysseyware for that. You will also still have to use Odysseyware for our unit tests. So I still have to give those at the end of every unit, and there's still the questions that come from Odysseyware in the readings. So you still will have to be able to take those on Odysseyware. On Odysseyware, you will now have a link. So you'll go to where it says project, and it'll say Google Classroom. But when you open the link, or when you open the project on Odysseyware, there will be a link. And you'll click that link and it will redirect you to Google Classroom. So the projects are still on Odysseyware, but it will send you to Google Classroom. Also, Odysseyware is still where I have to post all of your grades. So it is where you will look to see how well you've done on your lessons, your tests, and your projects. So we will still be using it. We are not getting rid of it entirely, but we are going to be adding to Odysseyware the use of Google Classroom. And hopefully this will be a little easier to streamline, and we were able to kind of make some adaptations, which hopefully will be beneficial to you. So on Google Classroom, you will find the pacing guide link and all of the information for office hours, which I'm going to show you here in a second. So the Google site where I used to post everything, we won't be using that anymore. It will now all be on the Google Classroom. It is also where I can make some announcements if I need to, and it's where you'll find your study guides for each of the unit tests. And most importantly, when you go to a project on Odysseyware, it will give you a link to Google Classroom because that's where all of the instructions and materials and resources are posted for your projects. So we are going to be using both Odysseyware and Google Classroom. What this has allowed is it has allowed for me to reduce the number of assignments from the first semester to the second semester. So we're using both, but it means that some of the things that we had to do in Odysseyware in the first semester, I don't have to do this time around, so we can do things a little bit differently. So there will be some fewer assignments. Most weeks, you will have 3 things to do. Sometimes you have 4 things to do, but most weeks it's 3 for social studies. So hopefully that will give you a chance to keep up with all the other classes that you have and your other activities. Another change in Semester B is with office hours. So after speaking with a number of students and some parents and other teachers, one of the things that we have heard is that some students would really like to have some opportunities to have social time where they can talk to other students, even kids they might not even know or in Keola, or just a time to kind of be like you would be at school even though we're at home. So on Mondays, I'm doing a Monday meet and eat, and on Thursdays, I'm doing a Thursday brunch bunch. These are just times where kids can jump on Zoom if they want, and we'll chat about whatever's going on, not school stuff. It's not where I'm going to answer questions or go over study guides, but it is when we can just talk about anything that is happening in the world or what you've got going on that week, or if it's just you want an opportunity to see other people, those will be available to you. I will also have regular office hours. I've changed the times a little bit from Semester A. But the office hours will be where I meet individually on Zoom with one student at a time to answer questions that they have. So those still exist and are important, and please make sure you use those if you need them. So I know you know your way around Google Classroom because you're obviously already here when you went to your very first assignment on Odysseyware. But I want to make sure everybody knows how to use it and feels comfortable with it. And I want to show you a few things. Yours is going to look a little different than mine because this is obviously my teacher view of Google Classroom. But obviously here on the front, which it always opens to the stream, but on the stream you will find your pacing guide. This is the pacing guide for the entire semester. So if you are a student who likes to have a list where you can cross things off as you do them every week, here it is. You can download it to your computer, you can print it, whatever you want to do with it. It tells you exactly which assignments to do every single week from now until June the 4th. It's also a place where you want to check this each week to make sure if there are any changes. Maybe sometimes I might decide that there's a question you could skip, or there might be other resources I want to give you. So you want to check it, all right, because I will update it each week. But it does allow you the opportunity to see the entire course from now until the end of Semester B. Also on the stream, you will find the information about office hours. It shows you the times of all of them. Here is the Zoom link, so you will never need to ask me where the Zoom link is. There it is. It will always be there. It's the same one. Any single time you want to meet with me, it will be the same one. And then there's a document here for the office hours as well. So most of the time you come to Google Classroom, you'll be coming here to do a project. So you need to click on classwork. So when you click on classwork, you will see it's organized by units. We have 4 units in the second semester, all right, in Semester B. We're doing Civilizations and People of Latin America. We're doing Civilizations of Ancient China and India, Ancient African Empires, and Ancient Europe. So those are our 4 units. And you'll see that underneath each unit, there will be your projects. Now, some of these will not be on your page yet because I have not assigned them, but some of the other ones will, like the one you're doing right now. All right. And so you'll come here, you'll click on your assignment, and then there are instructions about what you're supposed to do, what you have to turn in, if there is something for you to turn in, and you'll turn it in on Google Classroom. And then you'll need to go to Odysseyware and submit the project. Even though you're not attaching anything, even though you're not typing anything, you just hit turn it in. That tells me, hey, so-and-so has it finished in Google Classroom. I'll go into Google Classroom, I'll grade what you've submitted, and then I'll put your grade on Odysseyware. So you'll see that for each of them, it tells you exactly what to do. So here's your first project that is actually not due for another week. You'll watch 2 Edpuzzle videos. So you'll watch them, answer the questions, and actually you get a grade right on that site. And then you'll use the instructions right here to complete the compare and contrast assignment. You'll submit this on Google Classroom. Once all 3 of these are finished, then you'll go back into Odysseyware. You'll turn in Latin America project number 1, and then you'll move on to whatever the next thing that tells you to do in Odysseyware. So that's where you will find all of your projects, and you will find them underneath of your unit titles. You'll also notice that at the end of each one, there is already a study guide. Some of you in the first semester asked if I could try to get a study guide to you at the beginning of the unit, so that as you were working through your Odysseyware readings, you could work on the study guide at the same time. And so I have done that. So the study guides are all here and already posted for each unit test. So you can either download them ahead of time and work on them, or print them and work on them, whatever you want to do. But the test study guides are there for you to access. You don't turn them into me, but they are there for you to use, and then use them when you take your unit test. All right, so all these resources are here for you. And if you have any questions about what we're doing or how you access them or what you need to do, you can always send me a message in Odysseyware or send me an email. But hopefully this is going to make it a little easier without using the Google site. And we're hopeful that we can do some different kind of projects than what Odysseyware was assigning you from the first semester. So I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to Semester B. Happy February. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya.